Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Gabby Hour. I'm your host, Gabby Giselle, and today's podcast episode is going to be just for the girlies. Do you know what I'm saying? So, today, I was really sitting here the other day and I was thinking, like, man, sometimes I wish that I had somebody else here to like shoot the shit. I have so many friends where we have like crazy stories together. And I have one friend in particular. Her name is Maddie. And my friend Maddie is like, I call her Latina Mami, even though she's actually not Hispanic at all. And like, just there's no reason behind it other than like, I think that she called me Latina Mommy one time. I don't really know. I don't really know. I'm assuming that it has something to do with an orange peel. Maybe a little vodka cran. Do you know what I'm saying? So her and I have some really awesome stories. So today I'm going to be telling you guys those stories because number one, I haven't figured out how to like hook up a second mic and do all the thing. Like my setup is not that sophisticated to handle that sort of a situation. And until we figure that one out, I'm not going to have any guests on the podcast, unfortunately. But in the future, I would love to have my friends on so we can like sit here and shoot the shit. So yeah, very, very excited. Now, one thing I want to preface this by saying is I am not condoning any of this behavior that I am about to bring you guys on a journey of, okay? I am not condoning that you go out on the town and you act a fool in public. Not encouraging that, and I'm not condoning it. Maybe don't do that, okay? Learn from my mistakes. But today I am going to tell you guys some stories of especially Maddie and I being together. Maddie's the reason why I met my current boyfriend. You know that trend? Oh my God, that trend is making me die laughing recently. It's like the current boyfriend trend where you're like sitting there and you're like, oh babe, like I want you to be in this video with me. And your man walks up and you're like, this is my current boyfriend, like blah, 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 blah. And he's like, current? Like, what do you mean current? And he's like, you're my current boyfriend. And I just did it on accident. But no, this man, he ain't got no choice. You're never leaving me, son. No choice. Okay? If you're watching this, babe, you don't get a choice. Okay? We're locked in, shawty. Because after this, I'm turning gay. Okay? And I don't think that that's something you can just turn into. But hey, I'll make it happen. Okay? But all I'm saying is just do as I say, not as I do, because I'm not the best example, and these stories definitely won't be the best example of how you should be an outstanding member of society. Okay, you won't find any of that here. So if you're looking for a good example for you in your future, don't listen to any of this stuff. Listen to the stuff I talk about like in my current life recently, because this is like the era of just absolute feral activity, okay? And when I say feral activity, I mean feral activity. Like, you couldn't put a man who's like above a 6 in front of us without us coming up with a nickname and code words to talk about him, okay? Every person in our lives has a nickname, okay? We got Shakira, we got Light Eyes Poppy, we got Papito. I'm trying to think of other ones. Tiny Nose. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we got so many nicknames for people, and it is insane. Okay, when I'm with Maddie, we're an absolute chaotic duo. Okay, love her to death. But this era of my life, okay, this is probably 2 years ago now that I met her. Probably, I think I met her on New Year's 2022, if not like slightly before then. I think. I don't even know. But I remember, I'm just going to tell you guys how I met Maddie. So Maddie worked at this kava bar, okay, which is like a coffee tea shop, but it's like open late. It's supposed to be like a sober environment. Really cool spot, right? I used to go there a lot. And Maddie worked there. And when she started working there, I remember I was like, this girl hates me. Like, she is so mean and negative. And in the same night, I'm not even joking, I used to go there and play a lot of pool, like 8-ball. Like, we used to go and play pool. They'd run like tournaments and stuff. I have my own pool stick. Like, I was a shark for a minute there. Okay, I still own a pool stick. I just haven't played pool in a really long time. Actually, recently I've been like itching to go, so I might go this weekend, if not next weekend. But I used to play pool there, and this one night my pool stick was like sitting up against a seat. And as she was walking over, it started like falling. And I thought she saw it, but she had two drinks in her hand. So I don't know why I wasn't like, hey, get that before it hits her. And I was kind of like off to the side. So it was like, by the time I would have grabbed it anyways, it was going to hit her. So it hit her, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she was just like, and like walked past, like didn't care, like was just like, okay, you stupid bitch. And then it happened again, like literally in the same night. I'm not joking. And then she comes back the other way. She's running drinks to people, whatever. And it happened again. It was like sitting at the edge of the pool table, I think. And again, just slow motion. Like, you know, when you can see it's about to happen, you're like, ugh, like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I promise I'm not like this. Like, I'm not stupid, right? And like, I already knew she hated me because, like, when she took my order, she just like seemed like it was a nuisance that I was even at the bar. And then on top of that, she was like, I just hit her with a pool stick, and she had that reaction to it. Again, second time, same exact reaction, where she was just like, this time she like pushed it off of her and was like, get that shit out of my face. Like, I could tell she was not playing with me. Like, she was not having any of my tomfoolery, my dumb ass, okay? And immediately I'm like, I hate this girl, like blah 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 blah. I knew a lot of the other girls that worked there, and I was like, I like them more, like all this shit, right? So basically, I just remember thinking, like, I hate her. I don't want to be there when she's working. Like, she's such a bitch. Couple weeks later, she was working New Year's Eve. And I don't remember, I think I showed up to New Year's Eve there like alone. Like, I still didn't really have that many friends, and my only friends were people that went to this bar. So I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna go there New Year's Eve, see what's the vibe, like whatever. I go, my friend Maddie's working. She's working the bar that night. There was like 3 girls working the bar that night. And I don't really remember what ended up happening. I brought like my old ass, like janky ass Polaroid camera, like my Instax Mini that I've had since I was like 16. Like, I got this for Christmas maybe like 10 years ago now. And I've just had it ever since. And I think I've maybe changed out the batteries once. Like, maybe once, okay? And I was taking pictures of everybody. Everybody wanted some Polaroids of them, and I brought extras. So I was like, cool, like, yeah, like, no problem. And she was like taking a ton. And I'm going to see if I can find them. I have tons of Polaroids with her, and I'm going to see if I can find the ones that we took that first night we met, and I'm going to put them on the screen. If I have them, you guys will see them here. But if I don't, that sucks. But she started like taking pictures, and then we started taking pictures together, and then we started like hee hee ha ha kikiing, and then I was like in love. Like, it was love at first sight, okay? Like, I was like, this is my bitch, like, we're hanging out. After that, it was like, we're hanging out. I had her phone number. Like, I had her Instagram. Like, we were sending texts. Like, hey, are you going down to the bar? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm on my way. Like, this, that, and the other. Then she started being like, hey, you want to come out to, like, go do this and this? Let's go out for drinks and all these other things. And this is where it gets exciting. One of the first little outings that I had with Maddie was this time we decided to go to Tampa, okay? And Tampa's about like 2 hours away from us, and it's a big party town. And specifically in Tampa, there's a town, I forget what it's called, but like everybody talks shit about this area because it's like ghetto or whatever, but it's just like a strip of bars in like Tampa area. It's like just known for like trashy drunk people, okay? And she was like, I think it's a bar called McDitton's, some shit like that, like some bar, right? And she was like, hey, like, I got an Airbnb up here, I have friends up here, but like, I'm gonna go out, like, do you want to come with? And she had already been up there, like, she had already got to the Airbnb like earlier that day. I think I got off of work, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go, right? So I went. I get to this Airbnb. It's like a 3-bedroom like Airbnb in like a almost like a renovated motel that they turned into like Airbnbs. And so we're sitting here. We get to this Airbnb, and mind you, like, I'd maybe known her for 2 months at this point, and I'm just like, all right, like, hell yeah, you want to go to Tampa? Like, let's go party. Like, okay. So we go out, and I remember she was like hyping this place up. She's like, oh, this place is so cool. Like, there's tons of like hot ass men here. You're gonna find like NFL players here, like this, that, and the other. She's hyping it up. I'm like, shit, like I'm about to find my future sugar daddy here. Like I was not in a relationship like mindset. I had just gone out of a relationship maybe a couple months before this, and I was like, no, you know what, like I'm just gonna do my thing, right? I'm gonna go out on the town, right? Me and my girl. And we get to this place. Well, first we went to a bar called Velvet Gypsy in Tampa, or it's in this city. I forget what it's freaking called. I'll remember at some point, but it was so cute there. Like we went, we had like a gin and tonic and like little smoked flour on top. Like it was like a neighborhood bar, but with craft cocktails. So I was like, ooh, this is the vibe. And she's like, all right, like you ready to go? And I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. We get in an Uber. We get pulled over in this Uber. Like our Uber was, so in this town area, okay, it was kind of like very like hilly, which is weird for Florida, but it was very like hilly. So we were like going up and down these hills, and like we were like speeding, and I remember looking at her and she was looking at me, and I was like, oh fuck, like we're going fast. This Uber is not playing about getting us to where we got to go. But we're not complaining. We're just kind of like, all right, it's not necessarily unsafe, because it was like dead out. Like there was nobody out. So we get pulled over. The Uber driver was like super sketch about getting pulled over. Like it was like a weird vibe. We were not really sure what's going on, but he gets a ticket for speeding. We go on our way. We're like, hey, sorry, man. Like, you know, it really sucks. But like, it's not like it's our fault. We didn't tell him to speed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't tell him we were in a rush. He just was rushing. And the speed limit on this road was like 35, 40 miles an hour. And he was going like maybe 60. Like, brother definitely had to go to court for that ticket. Like I'm just gonna tell you right now, like I know he had to go to court for that ticket. And so we're sitting in this Uber. We get there finally, right? We pull up. It's a block of like just straight bars, people outside. We get dropped off out front. We're waiting in line to get in, and I'm looking around at the people at this bar, and I'm like, where are these fine ass NBA NFL players? Nowhere to be seen. These are all just like college age, like broke white men. Not that I don't love what you already know. I'm a white man's whore. Okay, I'm not saying that that's not what I'm not excited about it, but they're mid looking. They look broke. And then like on top of that, like I was expecting to see some like light eyes poppy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to see some light skinned, beautiful man with an NBA contract. Do you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna like take care of me the rest of my life. Okay. I was ready for that. She hyped it up so much that I was like, what's going on? She's like, it's still early. It's fucking 11 p.m. And so I'm like, girl, where are all these like fine ass men that we're supposed to be seeing? And she was like, no, like just give a couple hours, like blah blah. Right? We get up there, we get to the bar. I don't know why. I think I was just in a mood to switch up my drink or something. And she was like, you would like a tequila sunrise. That's not my go-to drink. Normally, when Maddie and I head to a bar, anytime we are at a bar, it's immediate orange peel shots. If you don't know what orange peel shots are, it's citrus-infused vodka, Red Bull, and orange juice. That's it. 9 times out of 10, motherfuckers don't know how to make this drink. And I have to reiterate that to them. And they're like, well, we don't have citrus-infused vodka. I'm like, that's fine. Do you have orange juice, Red Bull, and vodka? Yes. Okay, cool, great. That's what I want. And then they will make me like a 6-ounce drink. Shawty, it's supposed to be a shot. I don't want no 6-ounce drink. I want a shot. I want to take it down, and I want to forget that it happened. Okay? So we get there. We order orange peels. She's like, you would like a tequila sunrise. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm not like a big drinker. So she was always the one who would be like, oh, you would like this. You would like this. Because she worked in actual bars for a very long time. Like I think almost all of her adult life. And I get that shit trash. Disgusting. I remember being like, I'm going to throw up with this drink. Like, this is disgusting. I think I tossed it out, ordered myself a vodka cran because, like, I just knew, like, this is not it. And we're sitting up at this bar. We ended up meeting these, like, random dudes. And, like, Maddie's, like, the type to show everybody a good time. So she's, like, chopping it up with this dude, chopping up with this girl. Like, we join a group of people. Like, we don't know anybody here. And I don't even know what the hell she was doing in Tampa at the time. But for some reason, we're like heading out, right? on the town and we just make friends with whoever, right? We're making friends, we're chopping it up. We kind of like ventured off. And I remember I was like, am I drunk or is this place just super confusing to get around? Because it was so packed that like there's like this front area where you like wait in line. They had like a line, almost like a fucking Busch Gardens ride, okay? Then you could get in, right? They check your ID, you get in. Then there was like tables over here that were all obviously full. Then there was like the bar in the middle over here. And then there was like the inside area. And then the inside area is like kind of like a big open room and then like a doorway out to like an indoor bar. And there was maybe a pool table. Honest to God, I was so confused as to where it was. And then that led out to like the outdoor seating / standing area, which was then like connected to the street where you could like, there was other bars. Okay. Like, so we ventured off like all around. The thing about Maddie, and I love her, but this is the thing that pisses me off when I go out. I want to like find a place to sit or stand and I want to stay there. Maddie, no. Maddie's like, I'm on the hunt. I'm finding a fine ass man or I'm finding cool people to chop it up with. So she's like, like buzzing all around this fucking place. And she does this all the time. And I hate this. This is like my least favorite thing that we do when we go out. And so finally we meet these like group of random dudes. Like I literally don't remember anything about these guys. I don't think I was already buzzed at this point, but it's just been so long that I forgot about them. But for some reason we make friends with these dudes. We're like off in the corner, like far in the back area where there's like nobody at. And at some point we reached, we're going to call it Latina Mommy. Okay. And when I say Latina Mommy, I mean, it's literally her and I every 5 minutes making eye contact and going, Latina Mommy, Latina Mom, you know, like just screaming Latina Mommy across this bar. I'm Latina. She's not. Like, and people would be like, oh, are you like Latinas? And she'd be like, she is, but I'm not, but I'm Latina by association. Because that's what I used to say is like, she's Latina by association. And so, because like Maddie's like super hella tan. She's got like dark features. So I'm like, you can pass as Latina. Like, you know, whatever. Meanwhile, she's just like Greek or something. And I still don't even know. To be honest with you, like I think I don't know what she is. But hey. And we're like, we are reaching Latina Mommy, right? Now it's time for the bathroom break. Okay, and all girls know what this bathroom break is about, okay? The bathroom break is you go to the bathroom and you are like hitting the side of the door like ha 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 ha, like ha ha ha, like oh my god, like isn't he so cute? Staring at yourself in the mirror like you are a sexy bitch, like, and you're like reapplying your lip gloss like literally this. I have like a video of her like falling over in this bathroom. It's so funny. I don't remember what conversation was had, but I know we were dying laughing. And I also think that we like called one of our guy friends and we're like, oh my God, like blah, blah, like just laughing. And we go back out. I don't remember really what happened. I honestly think that like it was time to go. Like the bar was closing. So maybe like I really don't remember. So she calls her friend Makari something. I don't even remember his name. I really don't remember. But he's the one who lives there. And so he pulls up to, she's like, girl, like we're not getting another Uber. Like so-and-so is picking us up. I'm like, okay, cool, great. So he comes up, pulls up, picks us up. We're ready to go. And they're chopping it up, like blah, blah, blah. Like clearly they're old friends or whatever. I don't know him. Okay, he's getting me home. That's all I know. And so he's getting us home. That's all I know, baby girl. Okay, I don't know nothing else. We pull up to our Airbnb, which again is like this Motel 6 looking ass place, but it's only one story. And she's like, oh, like go inside, like I'll be there in a minute. And my drunk brain was like, I gotta make sure homegirl gets home. Because I wasn't like super blasted, but I was definitely like inebriated. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm waiting for you. And she's like, girl, chill, like it's fine, you know, just go inside. So I go inside and I took off my shoes, I got on my bed, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm gonna fall asleep. 5 minutes passed by, it felt like 40. I was like, there's no way. And like I said, my ex and I had broken up maybe like 4 months ago at this point. Maybe like, I would say like 5 or 6 months actually. I think this might have been like February time. And him and I had broken up in October, September time. I don't even know. I really don't know. Maybe like not even until November, actually. We're on good terms, right? We broke up and it was just kind of like, hey, like this isn't working out. Like I broke up with him. He was really understanding of like what my issues were. He knows. And like there wasn't any beef or anything. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm going to text and we'll give him a fake name. I'm going to text Carl. Ew. Sure, we'll call him Carl. I'm like, okay, I'm going to text Carl and see if he's awake and see if he'll like keep me up. Right. And low key, was I just looking for attention? Yeah, I was. But at the same time, I was like, I know he's going to help keep me awake and he's not going to like want anything else from me. Like he just is going to make sure that I'm okay. Right. So I text him. I remember being like, you up? I hit him with a you up text. Okay. I hit him with a you up text. He's like, immediately, bro, like immediately answers me. And he's like, yeah, why? And I was like, why? Why are you up? And me being like, are you with another bitch? Even though I broke up with him, I was so uninterested at that point. I was like so over it. Like he kept trying to like text me and be friends. And I was like, nah, this is some fucked up shit. I really, again, do not do as I say I did. Okay. It's just learn from my mistakes. This was not okay. But I knew he would answer and I knew that he would give me the attention I wanted. So I was like, I texted him with a you up and he was like, yeah. And then immediately I'm like acting like a jealous girlfriend. Mind you, I'm his ex-girlfriend. And I'm like, why? Why are you awake? Like, girl, he is just probably can't sleep because he's up missing you all night. Like, and I already knew that he couldn't sleep. So I was just trying to start problems. And he was like, I just can't sleep. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, why? Like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, like I'm in Tampa with my friend and like I'm just waiting for her to come inside and I don't want to fall asleep. And I don't remember if I called him or not, but I remember like I kind of reiterated to him the fact that like she was out there, what we'd done in the night. We went to this place, we did that. And he was like, oh, that's cool. Like, hope you're having a good time. Like, love that you're, enjoying yourself and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And then she came inside and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed now. And he was like, okay, good night. And I was like, good night. And I woke up in the morning. I woke up first because, she's always been able to go harder than me. Just always. And so I wake up because I'm used to waking up early in the morning. And I'm like, closest like tea shop. Like I need electrolytes. I need collagen. I need energy. Okay. So I'm like looking up a tea shop. I grab a tea, come back to the Airbnb, and she was like slowly waking up. And I have this picture of her. That was my contact photo for her for the longest time, dude. Like for so long. Okay. I'm going to put a picture here. And this photo was her contact photo for the last 2.5 years, up until maybe like 4 months ago. And this is what it is now. An AI generated photo of her as a nun. So two totally different things, but hey, this is what Maddie is. Okay. So yeah, I just remember that like we woke up the next morning, I like pulled up and she was like, you went somewhere? And I was like, yeah. And we just like reminisced on the day. And then we kind of like packed everything up for the Airbnb, left. And I think after that, it was kind of like solidified our friendship. It was kind of like, this is my bitch. Like, we have such a fun time together. We're such a good group to go like out anywhere. Like, we don't need anybody else to go out. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I have those friends where it's like, yeah, I like you and I enjoy talking to you, chopping it up. But really, like, there has to be buffers or almost like other people there for me to like, I don't know. I think I'm a little bit wrong in the brain, and I will like somebody. Like I will have a friend that I'm like, you're so cool, right? Like I enjoy your time, like I enjoy talking to you. But I really like the only friend in a very long time that I've made in my adult life, okay, that I can hang out with for hours, okay, alone with, is Maddie. And so that trip was really the trip where I was like, you are my new favorite person in the entire world. So the next story I'm going to tell you guys is probably one of my favorites. It is the one where I got a little bit out of hand, got a little bit carried away. Okay. So Maddie and I, when we go out, we always say where there's a will, there's a way. And that basically is in regards to like, if we want to get some free drinks, where there's a will, baby, there is a way. We want to get into a club and they're not letting people in. She knows somebody in there. I know somebody in there. We're going to say hi or flirt with somebody in the front of the line and we're going to get in. Okay? Hey, we're women. There are perks to being a woman. And if men objectifying me gets me into a club, gets me bottles, free drinks, and a section in a sweaty nightclub, objectify me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the feminist in me dies the minute that I have to wait in line longer than 10 minutes to get in somewhere. So this one night, we decide we're going to go downtown. Okay? Woo! We're going downtown. And dude, we get there and there's this place called like Downtown Soho, Social House, whatever. It's kind of like, it's kind of mid, but it's like a popular spot and they have like cool music or whatever. So we get down there and the line is like hella long, bro. And we're waiting in line and we see like through the bushes, Light Eyes Poppy. Okay. And Light Eyes Poppy was a man who we met through one of our other friends who like her man, this is his friend. And he's beautiful, but he was like 18, 19. And I think like he just gave me like really immature vibes. And he still does to this day. Like anytime she mentions him to me, I'm like, you know, he's kind of, ugh, but he's pretty. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's like beautiful man. Okay. But immature. Anyways, through the freaking bushes, we see Light Eyes Poppy. We're like, we got to get in there. Okay, we got to get in there. Because we were like about to leave. We were about to go somewhere else, not wait in line. We're like, we got to get into Light Eyes Poppy. So we're sitting there in line. We're waiting. I'm like, ugh, I have heels on. I'm tired. And she's like, oh my God, there's Alex. Okay. And our friend Alex, I just need to give a big shout out to Alex. Okay. Because I wouldn't even consider Alex like one of my close friends. But what he did for me this night, I owe you one, okay? I owe you one, okay? Alex was one of the guys who would go to the Kava bar, and he would play pool. Super cool guy, right? He's there with, like, a group of his friends. Alex and then Kenny, who we also knew, and then, like, a couple of other dudes, right? And they're at the front, and they're getting a section. Like, we kind of realized, like, oh, they're getting a section, so they're going to be let in first, right? And the security guard here, we also knew through Light Eyes Poppy, but like we weren't close. So we weren't sure if he was going to like recognize us. We had tried to walk up to the security guard and be like, hey, what's up? Like, you're friends with so-and-so. Like, you remember, like, you were to the beach with us and like blah, blah. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you know, like, have a good night. Like, he kind of just like was like, I'm not falling for it, and let us get in line. So we see Alex at the front of the line, and I looked at her and she looked at me and she's like, where there's a will, there's a way, baby. And I was like, okay. And she's like, go up there. I'll hold our place in line, but you go up there and just say hi. Like, just say hi and be like, oh yeah, we're waiting in line, and see if they'll like ask us to come with them to the section. Right. And they're a group of dudes. So he was like, yeah, like we're trying to get a section, but they're kind of like being weird or some shit, like blah, blah. He's like, they're trying to ask for like $400 or $500 for this section. Right. And mind you, it's like an outdoor club, like all this shit. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. And he was like, do you want to come with us? I was like, we're going to get a section. And I was like, what? And I was like, what? Like, you want us to come with you? He's like, yeah, like, blah, blah. Are you by yourself? I was like, no, Maddie's here, like, blah, blah. And she comes out of the line and I'm like, come here, right? Oh, she pops up out. And he's like, oh, no way. Like, super cool. Like, it's so-and-so's, like, birthday or bachelor party or some shit. I don't even know. One of his, like, cousins or friends or something was, like, whatever. Really nice guys, by the way. Like, bunch of Asian dudes, okay? Super respectful. Such a good fucking time, okay? Like, they didn't once, like, grab on us or, like, try to make us feel like, hey, we got you these sections, this bottle, like, you have to do this and this for us, right? Like, nothing like that. So, it was such a fun time. Now, I remember when we left, I was like, I haven't eaten, okay? Miss Mama hasn't eaten yet. So, I knew that I needed to take it slow. But I don't know what happened. I think it was just that, like, I had gotten hit so hard with the liquor from like one or two drinks that I was like, I can't. Okay. And I blacked out. Okay. And I remember we were like dancing. I remember going to the bathroom. I remember Maddie like pouring a shot straight out of a bottle into my mouth. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, I remember thinking, like, holy crap, like, I don't think I can handle this. So I think I was falling asleep on the couch. Okay. And they were like, all right, like, let's go, like, blah, blah. They're like, we're going to go get pizza. Like, you guys want to come with? And I was like, yeah, sure, like, blah, blah. And what was this guy's name? There was a guy with them. I want to remember his name, but I'm just going to give him a fake name. We're going to call him Davey. And fucking Davey, bro. Davey was my man. He was my hype man the whole night, right? But I wasn't attracted to Davey, and he wasn't giving me like he was definitely enjoying the presence of a beautiful woman, okay? But he wasn't like enjoying the presence of a beautiful woman, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he was just kind of like hyping me up, and like we were all dancing in like a group, but he wasn't like trying to grab on me or anything. I felt comfortable with him, right? So I was like pretty fucked up. And we go walking to this place called D Hop. We get downtown, and or like this is already downtown, but we like get to this pizza place. We're waiting in line. He's like, "Are you good? You good?" Like, I'm leaning on him cuz I'm pretty like I couldn't walk straight. Like, I remember right when you leave Soho, there's this kind of like weird ramp in the sidewalk that leads to like the side door of something. It might even be Soho. I'm not sure. And so we're like going up this ramp, and I was like, oh, like blah blah. We had to like turn around and wait for them, and I was like stumbling. And that's when I remember being like, oh, I'm done. Like, I'm really messed up. And he was like, oh, where are we going? And I was like, dude, it's just straight. Like, it's just straight. Like, I grew up here, like, even drunk, I know my way around. So I'm like, it's straight. Like, just keep going, right? And I'm like, you have to hold my hand. Like, I literally can't walk. And he was like, you're good. We're going to get you some food. Like, you'll be fine. Like, whatever. Really nice. So we get to the pizza place. This is where it just gets bad. This is just where it gets bad, because you're supposed to eat before you leave the house. You're not supposed to eat after you're already drunk, okay? But me, I was like, hey, we're going to go get some pizza. I ordered myself a pizza. We go outside, right? Like, they paid for our food. I don't think I didn't even know where my purse was at this point. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, no. We sit down at a table. And this is like one of those picnic tables that they look like almost like a fence, where it's like chain link kind of fence vibe. And this is where it gets really embarrassing, you guys. I don't even know if I want to tell this story on the internet. But we get to this table, right? And we're sitting here, we're chopping it up, everything's cool, everything's chill, right? I'm sitting down, I'm eating, I'm taking bites. I'm like, I gotta throw up. And I remember thinking, like, I'm just gonna get up and go to the bathroom. But then I was like, it's coming right now, okay? My friend Maddie was sitting across from me. Davey was sitting next to me, I think. And I'm sitting here just eating my pizza. I took a bite, put it down, and I just went, and just all over myself, Maddie's shoes, and she always wears like sandals, so she was like in sandals, like all over her, all over me, like all over this picnic table. All these people are sitting here eating, and I just vomit right onto like this whole table. And they like pick me up. I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Like, they walk me over, and in this like alleyway between like the restaurant and like some other bar or whatever it is right there, there's like this one of those machines that you get in and then it lifts you up to like clean windows or something, or like it like lifts you up to do like construction or fix some shit, right? And it's been there for a very long time. Like I think it's been there just forever. Like I feel like they just always leave it there. I don't know who owns it. I don't know why it's there, but like every time I'm in downtown, this little machine is right there. So I walk over. They're like, "Oh, just come over here. Just come over here. Like, don't worry. Like, we got you." Like, they got me napkins and shit. They're cleaning me up. Like, all this stuff. And they sit me down. And I lean over the tire. I remember grabbing onto like the tire of this machine and just like throwing up onto the machine, like while holding onto the tire, like, ugh, right? And I'm sitting there, dude. I'm sitting there like slumped over. Like literally, this is me. Ready? I'm like sitting there like with my no. I had my legs sprawled out, like mini skirt on, legs sprawled out. I got like one leg open, one leg on the ground, heels on, and I'm just like. When I tell you guys, I've never been more embarrassed in my life. Okay, now. It just keeps getting worse. So then we're sitting there. They finally walk over to me. I don't really know what happens here. But then I remember hearing like whoop, 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 like cops. Okay. And this is what they do downtown at like 2 a.m. They start rounding people out. Like they pull out like freaking like riot level gear to get everybody out of downtown at 2 a.m. Okay. And so I see cop lights. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting arrested. I'm going to get arrested. Like, blah, blah. Alex was like, y'all need to get her up because if they see that she's this messed up, like, she's going to get arrested. And then that's when I put in my head that I was going to get arrested for, like, public indecency or something. I don't know. And so I was like, fuck, like, okay. And they're just like... Some freaking Davey puts me on his back. I'm slumped out. Like I'm seeing like red and blue lights flashing. And I'm like, I'm gonna get arrested. I'm gonna get arrested. This is so embarrassing. I'm covered in vomit. My breath probably smells like vomit. Like this man is like, he is a saint. I remember thinking like, this man is a saint. He's carrying my drunk ass. And not only that, but Alex had just bought this like new beautiful GMC truck. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you what, these dudes were just straight up the best people ever, okay? I don't know them. Again, like, we're not close. I just know them in passing. They're chill. They're cool, right? And I think this is the first time that I was, like, really fucked up in public. Like, really, really fucked up. Like, I've gotten really fucked up at, like, house parties, at a family party once. Like, oh, God, that story is a story for another time. But I was so messed up that I was like scared that I was going to get arrested for public intoxication. And as I'm like on Davey's back, like I can hear voices around me and Alex is like, don't worry about it. Like, Gabby, like, we got you. Like, my new truck's got all terrain fucking, what are those things that go on the floor? Mats. He's like, I got all terrain mats, girl. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, my truck can handle it. Like, and I'm just like, okay, thanks. Like just slumped over. Okay. I think honestly at this point I'm probably nonverbal. And just so many opportunities here for them to just take advantage. I just want to put that out there. And they didn't. And that is like, I was extremely grateful that I was with those kinds of people at this time. And I get put into like the back of somebody's truck, or not the back, but like the back seat. And I get handed a water bottle. I'm like, y'all are taking care of me, right? We're driving, we're going. They end up taking us back to my friend Maddie's house, and we're going, and we get like halfway down 41, and there's a place that sells like Mexican bread and like Mexican grocery stuff on the side of like 41. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Like, you need to pull over. He's like, you gotta throw up? I'm like, yeah. He's like, now? I'm like, now. And they pull over so quick. Like, I remember feeling like the truck, like he pulls over into this like grocery store parking lot. And I think it's like abandoned because they opened a new one at this time. But right in front of there, I remember. And I just like opened the door and like And it was mostly like water from the water that I just drank. And I just kind of like gurgled some water, spit it out. And I was like, all right. He's like, you good? I'm like, I'm good. And he's like, damn, girl. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was hyping me up still. I'm like, why are you hyping me up? I'm not well. I'm not well. Davey's over here rubbing my back up and down. Like, I got you, shawty. I don't know where Maddie is at this point. I don't know if she was in the front seat, the back seat, like next to me, behind me. Like, I couldn't tell you where she was. Anyways, we get dropped off at Maddie's house, okay? And I'm sitting on and Maddie's like, she's got some compromising images of me, okay? Remember that little Polaroid camera I told you that I had when I met her? We had it out this night, okay? And and when I tell you, Maddie, I get home to her house. She has this little tiny trash can in her room. I lay on the ground, booty out, okay? Just booty out, cheeks are cheeking, okay? I lay down face forward. I'm just like staring like right at, like I'm like throwing up into this bucket. And I don't really remember when I fell asleep or how I fell asleep, but I fell asleep and I woke up the next day. And I remember I like went to the sink to go like put water on my face. And I just like saw myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, like I've never been this hungover in my life. Like I was astounded with the level of hangover I was at, okay? And I was like, dude, like I can't ever do this shit again. Like this is just not it. Okay, I can't do this. And honestly, like that was one of the last times that I got really, really messed up, except actually, I know this was in like, like this might have been like the day before Easter or something. Or no, when was it that we went out for Easter? Oh my gosh, I have like so many let me check. We're going to see when this was, okay? Library years. Let's go with 2022. I guess it might have been 2023. Oh, this is funny. Oh, these are the pictures from that night that we went out. I need to see like April, May. No, this is like June. Oh God, I have the pictures of that night that we went out. That was crazy. Like that was one of the worst nights of my life, I think. I'm trying to see. There was another night that we had gone out. Oh God, I'm so unprepared for this sort of thing. Oh. Oh, this is so good. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, I've got it. So the next time I want to tell you guys about that was the time that I put a couple of grains of rice on my good friend Maddie's bedroom wall. Okay? I'm going to sit up for this one if you don't mind. But basically, at some point, this is the night before Easter, okay? Night before Easter, we decided to go out. And at the time, she and I were going out with our guy friends, okay? The boys, as we call them. We used to call them our sons, okay? And they're like, hey, we're going to this bar in like University Village if you want to come out, like this, that, and the other. We go. And I remember honestly not very much about this night. I have lots of pictures and I was looking cute. But I remember mostly that we met these two kids. One of them I knew in high school. And I was not attracted to him. I did not want anything from him. I was like, Like, a matter of fact, when she started talking to one of them, I knew both of them from high school, but the one I had actually been friends with. The other one I didn't really know very much. But I remember being like, I remember being like, I don't really want anything from these kids. Like, I don't want them to buy our drinks. I don't want them to do this. Because, like, I just felt like they were going to want something from me. And we ended up getting so crazy, okay? to the point where like we had taken an Uber here from Maddie's house, and they were like, oh, like you need to ride home, like we'll take you home, this, that, and the other. And on the way home, right, as we're leaving this bar, I'm like running around, I'm like crazy, like ah. And I think I have like a picture or a video of me and Maddie kissing. Like I kissed her, okay? And I think afterwards I kissed the guy that I knew from high school. And I honestly think I just did it for like the memes, because there was nothing there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think I might have told Maddie like, watch this, you know, and I was like, huh. And I lost these pairs of sunglasses in the back seat of that car, okay? Because they took us home, and I remember like one of them drove us home and the other one like went home in another car or something like that. And so I was like sitting in the back seat with like, no, maybe I was with somebody, and like I had my head on their lap, and I remember being like, oh, like my sunglasses, like I'm gonna take them off. So when I woke up in the morning, I didn't have my sunglasses. I was like, girl, I need my sunglasses. Like I couldn't find them. And then I asked them for weeks. I was like, can you check your back seat for my sunglasses? Like I know they're gonna be there. And they were like, they're not here. And they just never gave them back to me, unfortunately. But we got home, and I went inside, and Maddie sat outside with one of the, yeah, that's what it was. Like I was in the backseat alone because the other guy that I didn't really know very well, him and her had been like talking or dating, or I don't really know. And so they were like talking and stuff in the car. And I got back to her house, and I remember like I woke up in the middle of the night like throwing up on myself, like on my back, so I was choking. So I like turned over and like threw up this way, and it got on the wall. And I did clean her sheets. I washed them and I dried them and I put new ones on. But when I woke up in the morning, she wasn't there. And I checked her location, and she was in this neighborhood that, like, when I tell you this neighborhood is like the ghetto of the ghetto, okay? I was like, what the hell are you doing over there? And she was like, oh, like I went home with so-and-so person or whatever. I'm on my way back. Like I'm coming back, right? So she comes back, and I walked down the street because she lives right around the corner from like our guy friends, like our sons. And I think like we had all been like drinking together in a group as well. So I'd gone in there to go check up on them. And I have like pictures of me like just in their house. Like I'm at Flocks, like, and I sent them to her. And then she finally gets back. And then we ended up going to, which is so crazy because, like, you know how they say, like the butterfly effect, like, if you had never, like, blah, 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 you would have never known this person. Well, the boys, our sons, they worked at this restaurant, and my boyfriend now is the owner, right? And his dad owns that location, and he owned the other one or whatever. I mean, it's kind of like a family business, so they do everything together. And it was Easter. And it was like late on Easter, like 1 or 2 o'clock on Easter. So like they had slowed down. We went in to go eat breakfast because she was like, oh, it's super cool. Like they do like pay what you want or something like that. And she was like, oh, like it'll be great greasy food to like soak up this shit. Right. So we went to that kava bar, we went there and we got like a drink and all this stuff, and we were like so hungover, like so wildly on hungover. Our sons, our friends were working, and they were also hungover, and my boyfriend was working. He works every Easter. He was there, and I feel like we might have met him, but again, that would have been like the second or third time I met this kid, and I don't remember the interaction. Like I remember one other time that I met my boyfriend before we like actually met, and he was like sitting there with the boys, my sons, and they were trying to figure out how to like market this coffee thing, and like they were like, oh, she has a business and she does this and that, and like I had just come back from the gym and I was like really sweaty, and I was just kind of like, oh yeah, like that looks fine, you know, like you should do this and that and blah blah blah. And I remember like my boyfriend, like Jake, he seemed like he didn't really want my opinion, and I've been so used to like men who are business owners who just don't want to listen to you because you're a woman. And so I was just kind of like, okay, whatever, like this guy's full of himself. And I like walked away, and he's like, no, you were like such a bitch, that's why I was like uninterested. But I literally sat there, ate at his restaurant, and like never don't remember meeting him. Like I don't remember his face. I don't remember anything about him. Like just so strange and so random that like I didn't unlock like his character in my life until literally months and months later, like the end of that year. Or what year is this? 20, yeah, that was April of 2023. I didn't meet him officially until September 11th, 10th of 2023. So like months and months later we actually met. And I would love to tell you guys the story of like how we met and stuff, but I feel like that has to be its own like podcast episode of itself. um so yeah, I mean, those are just like some funny stories of me going out with my friend Maddie. Like truly to this day, like if I want to go out and have like a crazy time, Maddie is the one that I talk to. Since meeting my boyfriend on that, like the last time I went out and was like crazy ape shit was literally September 2023 for my birthday. And since then, like I've maybe like we went out for New Year's that year. We've gone out for New Year's like every year, kind of like with the same friends. Um, and so it's just kind of, like we just have a good time and like then we leave. Like we don't really get like crazy or anything like that. And but man, like if I ever want to have a good time, like I just know I can call Maddie and she's always down, and that's why I love her so much. Like she's just such a fun time. Do I have to play mom sometimes? Yes, but these stories were not where I had to play mom, okay? These stories were where she had to play mom, okay? Because I was not doing well. But there's so many other stories, like we've gone home from the bars and she's like fallen asleep in the car. I've videos of it, pictures of her dead asleep on my shoulder while I'm driving her car, like just all this stuff. Because I'm like, my biggest fear is like drinking and driving. Like I won't do it, right? Like I'll have a couple drinks, but if I know I'm not good to drive, like I won't. I only drive if I know I'm good to drive, because that's what you should be doing, okay? But yeah, I think that's it. Those are like a lot of the stories that I think really make me laugh and make me just like giggle inside about our nights out. And yeah, I wanted to come and share those stories with you because like I just I would love to have Maddie on and have her give her side and her perspective of these stories, because I'm sure she has a whole other idea of how the night went down. And like we haven't talked about these nights in so long. Again, those were 2 years ago now. But man, like that phase of my life where we were going out all the time and like multiple times a week, and like where there's a will, there's a way, baby. Like we would go out and then we'd see like somebody and they'd be like, hey, like we got a section, like you want to come? And like we'd skip the line and we go straight to the section, like just shit like that. That it's like, man, like we really got lucky so many times with like just that kind of thing. And we had awesome times, like awesome memories from it. Like I have never really had a big party phase in my life. I didn't go to college, so to me like that just wasn't my life. Like I didn't have the capacity to do that. But by this time, my business had been open for 3 years at that point, or coming up on 3 years. And we were more established, like, we were doing really well, and I didn't have to worry about a lot of things, and I could kind of let loose a little bit more. So when Maddie came around in my life and she was just like life of the party, I was like, bet. And like to this day, like us together is just such a good time. Like we still meet up every couple of months and like get to know each other. She just like she does her thing, I do mine. We're still like best friends and stuff. Like I'm gonna call her after I film this podcast episode, and I'm gonna like catch up with her because I realized I haven't talked to her in like a week, maybe two. But she lives here and I live here. We live like a little bit far from each other, but and she's doing her thing, she's working, I'm doing my thing. But man, like I love Maddie. She is my ride or die bestie who I just know is gonna be such a good time all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yuck and yum for this week, man. I actually wrote about something in my notes app. Let me pull that up. Let me pull it up. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Oh, my yuck of this week. Okay. So I don't This is for all my ladies who are in a relationship, okay? And if you feel like your relationship isn't in the honeymoon stage anymore. I've been with my boyfriend now. We're coming up on 2 years in September, October, maybe November. I don't even know. Oh my God, I got to figure that out. It's October 3rd because I remember it's always Mean Girls. It's October 3rd. Okay. October 3rd, we'll be together for 2 years. Okay. Now, some could say, like, oh, it'll come later. You'll be out of the honeymoon phase later. And I feel like we're definitely out of the like initial honeymoon phase, but it is still very like, we still love each other a lot. Like, I still get excited for him to come home. Like, he's still really like romantic, and like, honestly, the last couple of months of his life have been extremely difficult. And even through all of that, and I would be completely understanding if he wasn't, and I would have the patience and I would still stick by him if he didn't do these things. But like, he's been through a lot in these last couple months, and he still buys me flowers. It takes me out, like takes initiative to like be gentle with me and be kind with me and be loving with me. And recently, and I'm going to quiet down a little bit when I talk about this, because recently my neighbors who just moved in, they moved in a couple of months ago, all they do is fight and argue. If you guys remember a couple of episodes ago, I was like in the middle of a podcast and they like slammed the door closed and like he left, and just like very concerning behavior. And the other night, I can hear things through the walls, obviously, like we share walls, so I can hear some stuff that they do and talk about. And the other night, like they were going at it like till 1 o'clock in the morning almost. And I just like, I don't want to like spill their tea on the internet, but all I wanted to do was like walk over there and like grab her and be like, it's okay. Like it is time to go. It is time for you to get out of here. And one of the things that the guy over there said was, you're going to lose me. Okay. And my yuck for this week is inspired by that man, okay? Because he's good for nothing if not that, to give me the absolute fucking ick, okay? I don't know when men decided that they're the goddamn prize. You're not, honey bun. You are not, okay? You are not the prize. Are men very valuable, especially in a heterosexual relationship? Like, a woman wants a man. Yes, you are important in the relationship. You deserve as much love and respect. You deserve it, right? Automatically, you deserve it. However, women will give that to you on the spot, okay? Women give their love, their affection, their care. They are vulnerable with you very early on in the relationship. You don't have to earn that from a woman 99% of the time. But you have to give behavior and show that you love and care about her just as much now as you did when you first met, so that you can continue to be worthy of that love. Because especially after you do some fuck shit, you really got to earn it. And so I'm not sitting here saying that like men are bitches and like fuck them. Like, no. 100% I think men deserve love, they deserve affection, they deserve romance just as much as like women. I think it's sad that like, I think the statistic says that like 85% of men won't receive flowers until their funeral. And that's extremely sad. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, again, it's a result of the patriarchal society that they've created. But also men today didn't create that society. Like, they benefit from it for sure. And I'm sure that some men perpetuate it or like to benefit from it. But it is not every man's fault of the patriarchy, which teaches them that they shouldn't be, emotionally vulnerable or, just you get what I'm talking about. But you are not the prize, honey bunch. And men who are emotionally unintelligent, who yell at their girlfriends, sorry, what? I dare a man to raise his voice at me. Oh, baby girl, I would slap you across the face so fast. Never, ever is it okay for a man to raise his voice at a woman. You are not a man. You are a bitch, and I will treat you like one. I will slap you across the face. I wouldn't be okay with a girl coming up to me and yelling in my face. I'm certainly not okay with a man A man who acts like he's the prize, like he's some alpha male coming up in here, oh, I deserve respect, blah, 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 you don't respect me, and you're going to raise your voice at a woman? Nah, brother. You're a bitch, and I'm going to treat you like one. Get ready, okay? That is my yuck for this week. So, ladies, if you are with a man like that who treats you like shit, yells at you, doesn't have respect for you, doesn't listen to you, when you are going through something, they don't know how to comfort you, they refuse to comfort you, they refuse to give you the basic emotional comfort that you are literally vocalizing that you need from them, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of that relationship, because I promise you, it is not worth it at all to stay there. Okay? At all. Get out, honey, because you deserve so much better than that. And that's my yuck for this week, because honestly, fuck men like that. They are so useless. They are so just unworthy of your patience. They are worthy of forgiveness for themselves, but they are not worthy of your forgiveness. They don't need your forgiveness. They don't need your patience. They don't need your guidance. You cannot fix a man. You cannot force a man, and you cannot create a man who will be what you need them to be. They either are or they're not. And if they're not, then if they really love you and they are really ready to be with a woman like you, they will go off and they will do the work themselves, and they will be what you need them to be. They will work with you. But a man who doesn't love you is not going to see the value in taking the time to unlearn his toxic ass, egotistical ass behavior to be the man you need him to be. Get out. Stop wasting your time. I would rather be broke, alone, living out of my car than be dealing with a man like that. So don't, honey bunch. Do not. Okay? I love you, but I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Leave that trash outside where it belongs. Okay? Love you. Now, for my yum of this week. It's not going to be a book this time, okay? It's not a book. It is a song, okay? And the song is called, I think it's called Super. Let me look it up. It's on my recently played. Just staring at the sunrise above this hollow town. Been chasing empty memories. Super by BB Tricks. Okay, she is, I believe, Mexican. She could be something else. I'm not really sure. But it's just like such a vibe. And it's like a trending sound on TikTok right now. But her whole album, I think it's called 80s. She's got like a little album. And it's like urban Latin music. It's like poppy, but it's still got like that chill kind of like Claro vibe. She even has a song in here. There's like a couple of songs in here, and I think one of them has like the same beat as like Hot Cheetos by Claro, if you guys know that song. And like her vibe is just it. Like her TikTok is where I found her, and then this trending sound started popping up on my For You page, and like it's just such a vibe. It's like, tengo coro bien frío, bien frío. Tengo chulo que se cree que es mío. Like, it is such a vibe. And like if you're Hispanic and you want that like Claro, Phoebe Bridgers, but also like poppy vibe, but in Spanish, like she is it. Like she has the vibe, and she's so good. So definitely go listen to Super by her. But her whole entire album 80s is so good. So that is my yum for this week, because I've had it on repeat. It's been like, tengo el cora bien frío, bien frío. Tengo chulo que solo es mío. Otro chulo que se cree que es mío. Y tú por ahí repitiendo tortico. Like, what a vibe. Okay, so go check it out. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for this week. I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening to my crazy stories, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. I love you so much. Besos. Go ahead and make sure you subscribe, like, comment down below anything else you guys want me to talk about, and I will see you guys every single Monday with another new episode of the Gabby Hour. I love you. Bye.